Hi, my name is Connor Rammel with J&M Manufacturing, here today speaking with Ohio State football offensive lineman Carson Hinzman. Carson grew up in rural Wisconsin, where he lived on a family farm, learning the value of hard work and dedication that has helped guide him to where he is today. So we're going to welcome Carson today.
What's going on, guys? Awesome to be here.
Thanks for joining us here today. So we have a couple of questions outlined for you today that we just want to go through, get to know you a little bit better, uh, and kind of tie you a little bit more to J&M. All right, our goal today is just kind of learn about you, and also kind of explain to people, why we like working with you so much. All right.
For sure.
So
Sounds good.
we're going to start off with having you tell us a little bit about yourself, what it was like growing up, where you live, what town you're from, what sports and clubs you were involved in, things like that.
Yeah, so I grew up in a small, I mean, technically it's Spring Valley, but I really lived in an unincorporated town called Hatchville, Wisconsin. I grew up on a 283 300 acre farm. We ran dairy. And right now we just kind of, we're in dairy and beef. I had pigs at one point. Um, just, corn and soybeans. Really rural, backbone America,
Hmm.
generational farm. Grew up kind of idolizing my parents, my grandma, with how hard she worked. It was like,
So
I'm sorry, go
just
ahead.
not to, not no not to interrupt. So the farm that you're on, was it your grandparents' farm?
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about that. So our house, up on the hill, doesn't really have a barn on it, but we have like all
Hmm.
of our land, a lot of land around there. And then it goes our house, and then pretty much right across is my aunt's, which is another plot of land that we farm as well.
Okay.
And they used to have cattle for a long time. Now my cousin lives there. Um, and then across from her, kind of back on our side, is my grandparents' farm where we used to have a lot of our dairy and have my pigs.
Okay.
Um, and then down across the road, or yeah, down farther across the road is where we had like our actual barn, our farm. We ran beef for a good while. Um, and then across that again is my uncle's farm. So it's kind
Gotcha.
of
So
like our whole
you guys got a
family
little
right there.
compound going on there.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
Okay. Well, good. Um, so obviously we know you play football for the Ohio State University, but talk to us about like what was school like for you growing up? What sports did you play in high school?
Yeah, so I did a little bit of everything. I did football, obviously basketball, because my dad played basketball professionally overseas for a few years.
Okay.
Um, he was going to go play with the Kings, but he had a little heart issue. Um,
Oh, wow.
but yeah, so he's basically an NBA player. But
Nice.
so no, I played basketball, did track. Didn't really like it as much because it's pretty slow, I guess. When you're waiting for track meets, you gotta wait for Dairy Queen for like 6 hours instead of like 2 hours when you're done. Uh, but
I
so
didn't do
I did that.
track, but I've been to several track meets and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, I know, I agree, I agree. Like after football games, basketball games, we go to Culver's right away, but you had to wait like 9 hours for a track meet, especially if you don't have a car. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but I did freestyle wrestling for about a year and a half, or I guess just a year. I just did for the freestyle when I first state. My buddies convinced me to do it during basketball season, so I did both for a little bit.
Wow.
Which actually it was pretty fun. I did like four practices, and I placed like third or fifth at state, so I was like pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
just for just trying it, right?
yeah, yep. But no, let's try a little bit of everything, I guess. Just stay competitive. It's always fun to have an excuse to get away doing uh from doing some stuff sometimes, but
Sure.
no, it was good. So did a little bit of everything, which I think honestly helped with just like, getting athleticism down a little bit, like especially in football now, like it's completely
Hmm.
different where you got to have a little bit of, leverage and feet speed and everything like that. So I think it helped a lot.
Sure. Yeah. Well, how about to also talk to us a little bit about your family? Introduce your. I know you talked about your dad a little bit already, but Your mom is actually a singer, right?
She is, yeah, half shebang. It's her band. Go hit them up on
Okay.
Facebook.
All right. There, we got a
Yeah,
shout out there. Perfect.
yeah.
And you got siblings?
I do. Yep, I have two younger sisters, Jalen and Breslin. Jalen, she's just starting her freshman year right now at Viterbo down in La Crosse, and then Breslin, she's gonna be, uh, starting kind of her athletic career right now in high school. She's gonna be a basketball player. Hopefully, she's gonna go to Iowa. That's her goal. So we'll see. She's a
Okay.
little short, but then again, there's a 5'8" guy in the NBA right now, so
Yeah.
I guess anything's possible.
You can be short, but you can be fast too, right?
True that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's great. Um, so regarding, what your childhood was like, we talked a little bit about that and where you grew up at and your farm and stuff. Tell us a little bit about though the charitable work and the random acts of kindness that your family is pretty involved in, because we know you guys are pretty involved up there, and that's actually obviously another one of the reasons why we really enjoy working with you guys too. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my dad himself kind of developed an organization called For Purpose. And so we would, it was like me, myself, my family, a neighbor kid named Jaden Boyce, and then like our workout group that we'd have at like the middle school or the high school.
Hmm.
We'd go all over the place. I mean, we every year we still do. We do a clothes drive for the families in need in Minneapolis. We've done Thanksgiving meals. I think we've done one in Easter as well. We've gone on to Houston to paint houses after Hurricane Harvey. We've done went down to Iowa. We took a trip down there after they had those big storms, those big like winds
Wow.
and tornadoes and stuff like that. And, like cut trees and stuff like that off people's lands.
And
Um,
and tell me again, what was the name of the organization?
for a purpose.
For Purpose.
For a purpose. Yep.
Okay. And is that can anyone donate to that, or can anyone give to it? Is it a nonprofit 501(c)(3) or anything, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's yeah. I mean, it's a nonprofit. My dad runs it.
Okay.
He just tries to get people, um, obviously, the help they need using a lot of the
Yeah,
resources we have up there. I think right now, I think him and a few other people up north are trying to get supplies and stuff like that down to people. I think the Carolinas. I think he has a good connection with the people that are down there right now.
yeah,
Obviously, going
yeah,
through multiple hurricanes. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, they got hit pretty hard, and it was so unexpected too. So,
mhm.
um, locally here, just to kind of give you an idea, our community and several surrounding communities put together a lot of um, donations, and we have a local trucking company here, Cheeseman Trucking. They
Mhm.
initially set aside one full semi cargo trailer for to send down there, and they actually filled four of them. So
Wow.
they sent down four loads of diapers, water, bathroom products, all that kind of stuff. So it
Mhm.
was good to be a part of that too. So, but that's neat. No, so we definitely should go take a look at that for a purpose. All right. So you kind of talked a little bit about the farm you grew up on, the acres and stuff like that. But you've been in Ohio now for a couple of years, and you've driven through some of the countryside, and you've seen some of our farms down here.
Mhm.
What would you say is the difference between your farm and an Ohio farm?
Um, Definitely a lot less like hills.
Yeah,
I guess
pretty
which is
flat, right?
really nice.
Yeah,
We're I'll be in like the 1066 about like halfway sideways, have
yeah,
sometimes like rolling over it, which we get her done, but it'd be pretty nice to have some
some flat
nice
hill.
big wide
Yeah,
open flat land like you guys got.
yeah,
But either that or you guys will be out either planting or harvesting about 3 weeks ahead of us, so that's pretty jealous. I was talking
sure.
to um or Cade Stover whenever he was here and he'd have his like combine partnership with Ag Pro. He would always be talking to me how he's rolling his beans like 2, 3, 4 weeks before my dad even gets to it. I'm like, dang, I wish. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So where's your dad at with harvest right now?
I think we're well, I was saying about 80% done, I think right now.
Okay,
It's kind of hard just because like I'm not usually there. Like I was always
sure.
the bean truck guy, bean and corn truck.
Gotcha. That was
Uh,
my
s-
next question. What role you played? So you were a driver, huh?
yeah, I was a little bit of everything. I did driver. He did the combine. That was like kind of the one thing I didn't really drive. Um,
Okay.
but I would do little planning, a lot of like cultivating and stuff like that. Field finishing, and then yeah, the truck.
Okay.
A lot of the truck and hauling. I mean, you because we'd have this big hill. I remember like the first time driving the truck, like you have like however many thousands of pounds on you going down the steep hill, and I rode the air brakes, and all of a sudden I get to like halfway down, I'm like, I actually don't have any brakes left, so I'm praying that there's no one in front of me. Um, but no, it was all good. We got down there, and you get down there, and the line's taking forever, not because there's a lot of people, but just because the old guys down there just trying to talk to you. So,
Yeah.
uh, but no, it's a good time.
Yeah. Well, my next question, I'm gonna see if I can throw this to you and see if you can catch on. But I want to know what your favorite piece of equipment is to run on your farm.
Gotcha. Definitely anything that has J&M on it.
That's what I wanted to hear. There we go.
Yeah.
No, so we're just gonna so your family, you guys have one of our 620 grain carts, right? I believe is
Yep.
what you guys have. So, yeah, no, I just was gonna throw that in there and see if I could get you to say that.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
so let's move on. Uh, another question that I have is kind of diverting a little bit away from the farm stuff, but what attracted you and your family to maybe work with J&M or buy J&M? I guess we're just curious. Like we enjoy working with you guys because we know you guys are dedicated individuals who like to give back and um, rely on their faith and things like that. But um, you know, was it company values or products or people or what do you think really attracted you guys to coming on board and working with us?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely all three. I remember when my dad originally like toured your guys' facility, him and then my buddy back at home, I think my sister went up there. He
Okay,
was like, this is like, these people are like awesome and stuff like that. And obviously, you guys' equipment is great. And
okay,
so I remember I got in touch with you guys, and but I was like, yeah, like we'd love to work with these guys just because, um, they fit so well with our values. And obviously,
sure,
like I said, your guys' equipment is great, and I mean, obviously, all your guys is in family, so it's like
yeah,
all your people are really cool. So it's been awesome to work with you guys
yeah. It's definitely kind of like one big family around here. There's a
for
lot of people
sure.
running around, so well, that's good because like I said, we enjoy working with you guys too. So, how did the farm prepare you for where you're at today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing that helped me prepare for Ohio State was just that I guess I had a different perspective on work than I feel like a lot of other people did. I guess I still
Hmm.
do. Um, just because like when you're a little kid and like you're waking up at 3:30, like 4 in the morning, or
Yeah,
when we work out for like work and stuff like that, it'd be at 6. You didn't really look at it, I guess, as like work or that it like, oh, this sucks. Like I just looked at it as like this is just what we do. It's not really
sure.
big, not a big deal or anything like that. Like
It's part of your life, right?
yeah, wake up at whatever, get the cow's milk, do something's always broken or malfunctioning, so you fix that during the day, and or you're doing hay.
Hmm.
Um, we do like 3,000 bales of hay just for Dairy Queen, but we thought it was worth it because obviously you don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but uh,
It's just
what did
probably showed you a lot of responsibility too, right?
oh for yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, and just gratitude for what you have. I mean, because
Yeah.
you work so hard just for like a piece of steak that you have, and then like took you so long to raise it. And you have to like obviously have to call it like get all your grain and stuff like that. You have to get all your hay, and you have to obviously like help your cattle and whatever problems they have because
Yeah.
they're always trying to run through a fence or something like that. But uh, yeah, just the gratitude I think was also a big one. But mostly just like the hard like work ethic I like kind of learned from my grandma. Just she's always been really stubborn and bullheaded. So I try to maybe not as bullheaded as her,
Sure.
but I try to emulate that a little bit, especially when it comes to work ethic. I mean, it'd be like negative like 35 degree, 40-degree wind chills, and she'd be calling her hands and knees because it's too icy to go to the barn. She's just arthritis so bad, but
Wow.
super. I don't even know if
Nothing
that's gonna work.
stops her.
Maybe she's just stubborn to get out to the barn. I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
you gotta, all right, chill. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she,
Take some time, right? We're here to help her. You're there to help her now. So
exactly. Yeah.
her family is anyways, but um so tying that kind of back to your career so far, um how did you know like football was a passion of yours? When did you realize that maybe I might have a future in playing, college football?
Yeah. I mean, I think from an early age, my dad always kind of prepared me mentally, to play, sports at a high level, no matter really what it was. I think I always just looked at football as like a way I can go like, um, just be social and like hang out with guys and just play really really hard. And I fell in love with the game. Even more at the college level now, like collegiate level now, like you uh like learn so much more and how much it's like really is a game. Like it's how much like goes into it, like little chess pieces and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But like I remember my uh going into my freshman year, I only played defense and stuff. Like I was just having a lot of fun, playing with the older guys. I thought it was like really cool to be
Yeah.
out there. And I thought like my whole world was Friday nights in front of a crowd of like 500 people. Like I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like there's nothing
Sure.
you can get better than this. Um, and then I remember going down to a bunch of football camps. I've been doing football camps since I was in like seventh, eighth grade. I remember my first one was like a camp in Minneapolis.
Okay.
So I some on somebody camp, and then I went to Wisconsin and Iowa. And I remember like going down there like, do you want to do offense or defense? And I was like, I guess I'll just try offense. I've only played defense, but I'll try offense. And ever since then, I just kind of played stuck in the offensive line. And then I remember like the end of my freshman year, I hadn't really played offense yet, but Iowa took a chance and like, yeah, we're gonna offer you. And so like after they offered, Wisconsin offered pretty much right away. Because I went down to the Iowa camp, they offered. I came back to the Wisconsin camp, and then they offered. Um, and then after that, like once you kind of get a Big Ten school, especially as an offensive lineman, then the ball just kind of starts rolling, and
Sure.
everyone tries to bite in, even if they haven't really seen you play, because COVID hit
Yeah.
pretty quickly after my sophomore year. Um, but it was I don't know, it was just like a really cool thing that I was very blessed to have, very fortunate to
Yeah.
have, and a lot of kids around my area obviously don't get recruited. So like I was really fortunate to have a dad who wanted to go and take those trips with me and drive all those hours and stuff like that
Spend the
down to
money,
those
right?
camps.
It's not cheap
Exactly.
doing all that stuff either.
Not at
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
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 I
That's
remember
good.
like we'd go and like stay in hotels and like we're both like big dudes. We're trying to like cram in the same like little bed and like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. All the
Paid
things you
off
got to do to get to the end goal, though, right? So.
for sure. Yeah.
So tell us what it's like to be a college athlete though now. So now that you are a college athlete, what does your day to day look like? Because arranging this today and looking at your schedule, it doesn't look like you've got much free time.
Yeah, that's the bye week. So that's a little bit lighter. But um, I guess it depends. Like for season, I guess it's a little bit different. Obviously than out of season,
Yeah.
depending on if it's spring or spring ball or like summer lifting. But I guess like in season, like an average schedule for me, usually I have around like 6:30 meetings, like extra meetings to try to get on tape. Obviously, you're watching tape all the way outside of practice and outside of extra film. So I usually do that. Get something to eat because I've always been a low weight guy, so I gotta try to get my weight up. So eat. Usually go to a class that I have either uh, sports law or research and research studies, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Love that
Yeah.
class. I really, not really, but I do that. I come back. I usually get another extra film session with the coach, and then I have like it's called SASO. It's like staff or it's like staff offering students support.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But so I usually go there for like a study hall, make sure I got all my work done. They stay on you. Our advisors are staying on you. And like next semester, I'm trying to graduate, so I have to take like 20 credit hours. So we'll see how that works. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's a lot of credit hours.
oh yeah, plus an internship, so we'll see. But
Yeah.
so doing that. Anyway, so
And remind us real quick, what is your degree in?
man like sports management.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, the average football player, sports management. But anyway, I get done with like a study hall, and by that time it's usually around like 1:30,
Okay.
by 1:30, and at 1 o'clock, actually no, sorry, it's usually around 12 something, and so I hustle back over for a 1 o'clock meeting, and so all meetings up until this point, those three meetings are like extra, and then like our 2:15 meeting is our actual start time. So we start at 2:15, and then have meetings, and then meetings kind of like leading to practice, and then we usually get out around like 7:30. Um,
Wow.
but, like we do like 7:30, 7:38, and then me and a couple other guys go in, watch extra film. We're done. So we usually leave the building around like 8:30, 8:30 to 9 o'clock.
It's a long day.
Always, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Um, so coming from a farm, living in the country, um, what's been the most eye-opening experience living in Columbus?
And there's been a couple, especially with like being around so many people.
Yeah.
Was very new.
Hmm.
Definitely not something I'm used to. I mean, like the nice thing about Columbus and like the OSU campus is it's very spread out. Like I remember even at like the Wisconsin campus or at the like Minnesota and Dinkytown, it's very like compact.
Yeah.
Being right in the city. Like I hadn't been to downtown Columbus until I did my internship last year. So like 2.5 years, I'd never been to the actual city of Columbus, like or just outside in campus,
Gotcha.
um, which is really nice. But yeah, just people acting crazy.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of
It's
everything there.
yeah. Different culture, right? I mean, when you grow up in the
Exactly.
country and you grow up on a farm, you probably do believe and think things differently, and then you get around some other people who've never been to a farm or to the country, and it's just completely different for them. So that's
Yeah.
obviously pretty
So
normal.
one thing I guess that I came down it with, obviously the guys on the team are very different from guys that I ever had, like we're friends with back at home. Because I
Yeah.
mean, guys, they come from all over. But I remember my roommate, Tigger Shabola, who's our starting right guard right now. He helped me, or I shouldn't say help me. He like would like force correct me every time I'd start talking very northern. Or I guess what his terms were very northern, very
Yeah.
very Yooper, very Canadian.
So
So I had to
give me an example. What would he correct you on?
like every time like my coaches would come up, I'd be like, "Hey coach, what's going on?" Or "Hey coach," or Biggs. Um,
Yeah.
he'd be like, all right, you need to learn how to not do that. He'd be like, oh, we're just out here just playing hard, and yeah, that's about it. We're rolling today. He'd be like, yeah, you gotta fix how you talk, man. There's no one's gonna talk to you down there.
No one's going to talk to you down here. Okay, so
Yeah,
you had to kind of relearn how to speak Ohio talk, I guess you could
speak
say.
Ohio, yeah, speak
Yeah,
some Midwestern, but no, if I ever go back home though, it definitely starts flaring up when I have to come back down. If you get me rolling,
yeah,
then it really gets going. But
yeah, yeah. Well, good. Um, couple other things here. So when this is all said and done, okay, and whether you go on to play, I assume it's a goal of yours to play in the NFL or whatever you decide to do. Do you see yourself staying in the city or going back to the farm?
yeah, I'm not saying the city. Absolutely no way. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not happening. And my girlfriend, she's from New York. She's not from the city. She's from Long Island.
Okay.
But like, she like lives next to people, and I'm like, I could do that. Like, I'm okay with an apartment right now because I have like all my
Yeah.
buddies around me. Yeah, I live with my roommate, sorry,
Yeah.
Hero.
Yep.
Like I'm fine with that. But if I'm gonna get a house, there's absolutely no way I'm living near people. It's not happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely doing a
Definitely
little.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, last official question that I have for you would be, where do you think you see yourself in 10 years from now? What would you say in 10 years Carson Hinzman wants to do this or wants to be here or wants to do what?
Um, Hopefully in my second contract in the NFL, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be
That'd be
awesome.
awesome. Be able to do that. I mean, um, obviously, unfortunately, NFL stands for not for long. Um, so
And
just
if you had the ultimate choice of which NFL team would you want to be playing for if you could pick?
yeah, any state with a low income tax is the best choice.
Yeah. Okay.
A Tennessee, a Jacksonville. Uh,
Yeah.
I think Tennessee's a great spot. But like
Sure.
if we're going to a state with income tax, I'd like to go back home. I'm okay with the frozen tundra. I've been
Yeah.
there for a few games. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm around with the Bengals, not the Browns. I'm okay.
Hey,
But
I'm good with that. Bengals all the way. There we go.
yeah. But yeah, any state that because in the NFL it's like you get your game checks are based off where you play your games. So I think
Okay.
most like the state or I guess Texas too would be a good spot. But yeah, I think like the most home games are usually like in Jacksonville or somewhere in Florida. So that'd be kind of cool. But that's a little too hot for me. So I'm good with
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Cooler weather, or yeah, Tennessee probably honestly perfect when it comes to climate. So,
Yeah, no. I've been giving our other center Seth McLaughlin kind of crap because it's starting to get a little more chillier. So it's starting to layer up. I'm like, man, this is my weather. I'm ready for this. I was
yeah,
thinking the camp weather. This is awesome.
yeah, yeah. Very good. Well, hey, I have a couple of rapid fire questions for you here. All right, so I'm going to give you an option, one or the other. You're going to pick which one you like or would prefer. Okay,
So
see if we can learn about you a little more here. Case or John Deere,
case
Coke or Pepsi.
Coke, but I like Pepsi products better.
Okay, and is it McDonald's Coke only, or can you drink Coke out of a can?
Oh, Coke out of a can for sure.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Basketball or volleyball?
basketball, but I do like love watching volleyball.
Yeah, that's why we threw that in there. Mike was telling me that you did some volleyball in high school, right?
Yeah, yeah, recess. Yeah, I tear it
Recess.
up,
Okay.
tear it up.
Okay.
Because it always be like the football guys. It's like the actual like starting volleyball girls. So like we would like we beat them. So I was proud of this. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll keep that till I die, I guess.
There you go. There you go. Burger or steak?
Steak.
Okay. Beef,
Yeah,
steak. Yeah. Okay. Beach or mountains?
mountains. Well, my girlfriend would kill me for that. She's a beach girl.
Yeah.
But just looking wise, like I'd like to probably live closer to the mountains with maybe a beach
Sure.
available.
Sure. Scenic, right? It's more scenic. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. All right. Ford or Chevy?
Ford for sure.
Texting or emailing?
Texting,
Cake or cookies?
cookies.
We heard about your grandma's cookies, so we had to throw that one in there.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say yeah.
Okay.
She every now and then she sends them and they're gone in about 2.5 days. If it's not me eating them, it's like everyone else like, tries to like come in here and steal them. So
Yeah. You got to hide
yeah, try
those
to
or
hide
put them
them.
under put them
Exactly.
in a locked room. Pancakes or waffles?
I'll have to go with waffles on this one. Me and Hero, my girlfriend, like a few other guys, have this tradition. We go to that original pancake house every Sunday morning.
Okay.
Always get the Michelle's Waffle Dream. So that's my go-to plus hash browns. So
Sounds good. All right. Messy room or clean room?
I wish it was clean. Sure,
Okay.
sure my girlfriend does too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. How about this one? A minivan or SUV?
SUV
SUV
for
all the
sure.
way. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the last one, 1989 Olds or a 2025 Chevy Corvette?
Yeah. I'm gonna actually have to go with the 1989 Olds. I don't know if you should flip my camera around, sitting right my sitting right my,
Is
my parking lot
yeah,
right here.
yeah. We threw that one in there too because we heard the story of that one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's called Miss Juicy. It's very stubborn half the time when it wants to start, but everyone thinks it's the most comfortable and coolest car in the parking lot, so I'll take it.
I know. And back then they made cars big and spacious, so you can fit people. You can actually fit people in there.
Exactly. Well, I mean it's a coupe,
Oh,
so
it's a coupe. Okay.
so you can fit two guys and maybe a third to lay across the back, but it's
Okay.
pretty. Yeah, it's definitely it's like sitting in two lazy boys, so it's nice.
Yeah. Well, good. Awesome. Well, hey, I want to just thank you for taking time to talk with us today. Like I told you, we really appreciate you partnering with J&M. We enjoy working with you. We felt like you've helped us push us out of our comfort zone and just in the way of getting out there and doing more for our community. We try and do a lot for our community, but we've found some cool ways over the last couple of years to do more than what we've had. A couple of those things like helping out at the our home gift shopping this last year. We were able to get over 200 gifts for kids who weren't going to have a Christmas. So we appreciate you helping us out with that, and it just turned out to be a really cool project, and hopefully something more we can continue to do together. We appreciate you working with us with the Farm Science Review the last couple of years, coming out, signing some photos for kids and adults. I think it's just a neat thing to let the young people see somebody like you, uh, how humble you are, and just the how easy you are to connect with. So that's pretty nice. So, anything you have for me before we wrap this up?
I think it should be good.
Awesome. Well, hey, I again appreciate it. We thank you for your time, and good luck with the rest of your season. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.